Hello everyone, Sire here. Thank you so much for joining me on the Trinity Stamps YouTube channel. I am here to create another card, and it's going to be a birthday card using this Tiny Wisk and Wish die set. I have a couple of dies that I haven't played with yet from the previous releases, and so I thought it was a good time to play around with it, see what we can create. So we do have the Tiny Wisk and Wish, which has the bowl. There's some cake, a platter, a whisk, and this coordinates well with there's another die, the Seriously die set, I believe it's called, and it allows you to make cereal or ice cream. No. 3, 2, 1. And a whisk. Of course, this is the Simply Sentimental strips die, so that will be used for cutting out sentiments. I'm going to bring in the sprinkles Simply Sentiment. There's the word dies here, and then you also get the stamp. There's also a stamp set, and it has all these different options that you can use for building a sentiment. Now these little ones, these little single liners, that is what you can use this die for. So these are all meant for all the different options that are out there. So it's a nice die to have on hand, especially if you have Simply Sentimental stamps. And then I'm also going to play with the Sprinkles letterpress die. We're going to foil this just to create a fun background. So there's the products that I'm going to be playing with. So sit back, relax, maybe get yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee, and let's create a card together. Okay, so we'll start off with the Glimmer hot foiling system here. I have a piece of pink foil, and I'm going to cover my plate, making sure that the shiny side is down with an oversized piece of paper. Then I'm going to use some yellow tape, not low sticky tape, to make sure that it stays in place and doesn't move. I have the machine nice and warmed up, and I'm just going to let it run through its timer. And then when that blinky light stops, we can pull it out and throw it into our die cutting machine. And here I'm just making sure that I don't burn my fingers and pulling that aside while I do a reveal. There is a bit of over foiling happening here, but that's why I do oversized pieces of paper so that I can have more control of cutting it down. I'm going to try to get this as straight as possible. I realize now that it's a bit crooked, so I'm going to cut on an edge here and then recut everything, making it to be an A2 size in the end. So there we go, cutting it all down. And then whatever is the worst edges, I'll trim off the last quarter. If both sides were bad, I would cut 1/8 of an inch off both sides. So you just kind of gauge it, but you have more control. But look at the shine. Well, I went too fast, but look at the shine later when I show you again. It is absolutely beautiful. So we're going to bring up the Tiny Wisk and Wish die set. I'm going to I have all my papers ready, and we're going to die cut these out. Some of them will be cut out in multiple colors. For example, the smiley face is going to be cut in black, white, and dark pink. But we'll just fast forward that so we don't see all of the cutting. And there we go. And now we'll just start putting everything aside, keeping the pieces that we need. For the cream color, we only need the very centers because that's going to be the cake. So we'll put everything else aside. For this brownish piece, we will take the lining. So I'm going to make it seem like that is the outer edges of the cake being more cooked than the center. I did forget to cut in pink, so I quickly brought that pink back in, and I'm using that for the icing. I have my whisk, and what I'm going to do is bring in some gray ink here and just try to get a little bit of inking on all the different areas where there's a hole. And then we're going to do the same thing as ink every single piece in the different colors. So we have the cake and the handle in pink. For the cake, there's a little wiggly line that's cut in the top of that icing. And so you can kind of maneuver it a bit using the blending buddies or the shade kicker or sidekicks, and you can get right in there and kind of get just the ink on the one side. And then we'll do the same thing for this brown. I only need to do the top for the brown because we're going to cut most of it all off. And then we'll very lightly just ink the edges, being very careful not to rip those pieces. And then we'll finish off with the teal using an aquamarine color, and we'll go around the bowl. Same thing, we're going to pick up that die piece, and you can see where the cut line is, where the bowl is. And being very, very careful, making sure that you don't twist too hard. But we're going to ink the top half only, because that's going to give the illusion that this bowl is three-dimensional. So we have that dip in the bowl. And then we'll add a little bit to this plate, which is going to be a little bit harder to see just because it's already a dark piece of paper. But I'm going to ink the right-hand side and then the center of the left-hand side. Okay, so now that we put this cake together, since the die cuts everything into different pieces, I'm going to bring a piece of scrap cardstock and I'm going to glue everything back onto it. This is just going to make it a lot easier for me to place it down without it being in many different pieces. It doesn't matter if it hangs over because we're going to be cutting all of that off. So it's hanging over. As long as the majority of it is stuck together, it is okay. And then we'll just get those cake pieces put inside. And there's our vanilla cake with a nice pink icing. Very easy to put this thing together. I really like it. But we'll let that dry just a bit before we snip everything off. And we'll start working on the whisk. So there's three pieces to the whisk. There's the handle, the whisk metal part, and then the little connector. And then those all go on top of each other. Everything fits nice and perfect. For the bowl, I'm going to take that icing that I did in the light brown and we're going to put it inside the bowl, making it look like there's batter inside of it, just so it's not so empty. And then we'll put our smiley face on the bowl. Why not? It just adds a super cuteness to this bowl. And there is a tiny little tongue that cuts out. So all the pieces cut out. And so I did it in pink and kept the tongue. I've also cut in white and kept the inlay of the eyes. So there's the bottom piece there and then just the little white and the pupil. And they fit perfectly in there because it's all one die. And we'll just make sure that it's nice and flush in there, not sticking out, using the back of my picker to push it down. Okay, now the last thing we want to do is just get this cake all trimmed up. So I'm going on a slight angle and removing all the backing. And now we have all the pieces that we need to start creating our card. For the sentiment, I have the Simply Sentimental Sprinkles die set and stamp set. And using the same teal colored cardstock as the platter, I have powdered it up with anti-static powder, and we're going to do some heat embossing with with white embossing powder. This is going to make it really stand out on that dark cardstock. So we have it nice and stamped. It says, "Hope your birthday is full of," and we're going to put our white powder on that. Just gonna make sure it's nice and coated. The font is extremely thin, so you need to have a nice fine embossing powder for these stamps. And then we'll just heat that up and look how pretty that is. I love this font. It's such a clean, easy, pleasing to the eye font. And now we'll just use the Simply Sentimental dies. I think they're called Simply Sentimental strips. And we'll get one that fits perfectly. I kind of like the big one, but it wasn't going to fit, so I'll just take the next size down, which also works quite nicely. And we'll just tape that down so it doesn't move. We don't want all that work we put into it, and then when it goes to the die machine, it slips. And then you got to do it all over again. When it's heat embossing, just make sure that you make that nice and secure. The next thing we're going to do is bring out the die for this stamp set, or Simply Sentimental Sprinkles. And I'm going to cut the nice large scripty font that says Sprinkles on some dark pink. So we haven't used this dark pink yet. This is the next shade of pink, or the next dark shade of pink. And I'm going to cut that out just once. Typically I cut these things out 3 times just to give it some weight, but This one's a very, very delicate die cut. And so trying to get it perfect, I just wasn't really in the mood to try to get 3 layers in perfect. So it's not going to be a problem. We will totally be able to make this card look fantastic with just 1 layer. The reason I like the 3 layers is because it looks professional with its thickness. It makes it almost like chipboard, and it just really looks sharp. But it's not wrong to just do 1 layer. Now that we have our background glued on there, it's all nice, shiny and foily, we're going to start assembling this card. I'm going to put the sentiment down first. It is a large sentiment, so we want to make sure that it has a nice prominent space that's not going to be taken over. But we also want to make sure that all the pieces can still fit. The bowl was the biggest worry because I want to make sure it fits there without being overlapped or just having to be snipped off the card. So I just placed it there just to make sure that my sentiment is going to be in the right spot. I'm not too worried about the platter and the cake. I think there's enough room for that. I was initially going to have that whisk in the bowl so it looked like it was whisking up that dough, but I kind of want to make a nice collage that connects all these images together. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to find places and compete with the sentiment. And I want the sentiment to stand out on its own because that background is already very busy. So if we start clustering everything together, it gets really hard to see. And so there we go. I've put the script font down, not fully. I put my top strip down completely, and then I kind of just layered it so that the 2 loopy-de-loops in the script are overlapping on that sentiment strip. I am going to use a little bit of foam tape. This is about 1/16 of an inch, and I'm going to add it to that bowl, which I've already done, and I'm going to add it to this cake and plate once I glue down the cake to it. And there we go. That looks absolutely delicious. You know, not very often you're crafting and get hungry, but looking at this, my sweet tooth is just, it's calling me. It's telling me there's something in the kitchen I have to check out. After I do the voiceover of this video. So there we go. It's going to tuck into the corner there, and I'm going to use that whisk to tie everything together. Now, I'm not going to be worrying about adding foam tape to the whisk. It's going to be a little bit too delicate to try to figure that out. So I'm just going to glue it on the bottom and just let it sit on the top. And I think it's going to be okay. You don't really notice that it's, because you have that middle piece in the center, I think it kind of tricks the brain into thinking that it's flat. Like looking right up close, I can see that there's a bend in that paper. But from a distance, it's not as noticeable, especially when we put this cake and platter down on top of it. So there we go. So that's pretty much it. This is my birthday card full of sprinkles, using some of the dies that I have not been able to play with yet. And I just love how it turned out. It's clean, simple, and absolutely shiny and adorable. So I do hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the foiling and just creating some fun birthday sprinkles. So until the next time, have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.